Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Collegewise Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Josh. I'll be facilitating the panel this afternoon. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. I really encourage you to use your question and answer button. Ask questions of our panelists at any time during the presentation. You can see that Q&A button on your screen. Go ahead and click that and ask questions at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. So really the only way you'll be able to interact with the panelists is through that Q&A. But ask your questions. That's what admission officers love to do, is give you the information you need. This is just one of many different sessions happening. So be sure to sign up for some additional sessions. There are a couple more sessions later this evening. You can do that online. The presentation will be recorded and will be available within a week on the same website where you registered, as are all the other sessions that are happening. So if you missed something, come back, check it out later. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, who is Rachel from the University of British Columbia.
Thank you. All right. Hi there, everyone. My name is Rachel Toyen, and I am the manager for international recruitment in the Americas, Middle East, and Africa at UBC. And today I want to talk to you about UBC in terms of our academic excellence, our beautiful campuses, and student involvement, so that you can start to determine if UBC is the right fit for you. UBC is a public research university with 2 campuses in British Columbia, Canada. We have over 260 different undergraduate majors to choose from and are consistently ranked as one of the top 40 research universities in the world and one of the top 3 universities in Canada. UBC has also been ranked as one of the most international universities in North America, which means you'll be part of this global community of over 18,000 international students that come from more than 160 different countries. You'll have the opportunity to share your classrooms and campuses with students from all over the world and gain a truly global perspective. We have 2 campuses, UBC's Vancouver campus in the city of Vancouver and UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna. Now, these campuses are 4 hours drive apart, so you apply to and take all of your classes on one campus or the other. But regardless of which campus you attend, you will graduate with the same UBC degree that is internationally recognized. Our Vancouver campus, again, is in the city of Vancouver, a city of about 2.5 million people. It's a vibrant, multicultural city located on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by picturesque mountains. The campus is about 20 minutes from the city center and is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. Home to approximately 45,000 undergraduate students, it's a self-contained campus community with state-of-the-art facilities, sports fields, and museums. There's always something to keep you busy on both campuses or in the city. Now, maybe that it seems like a big campus for you and you prefer something more mid-sized, and if so, UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna may be the best option for you. Kelowna's population is just under 200,000 people and is one of the fastest growing cities in BC. It's home to a thriving tech industry that has a net worth of about $1 billion. Situated within the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation, UBC's campus is home to just under 10,000 undergraduate students. The Okanagan campus has small class sizes, unique campus city partnerships, and more than 1,000 research projects underway, which makes it easy to plug into a close-knit community. But of course, a university is more than just its location, and UBC has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. You'll be encouraged to expand your horizons and truly find your path at UBC, and there's lots of different ways to do this, which I encourage you to explore. But one highlight is our cooperative education program, which is an option for students in nearly all of our undergraduate programs. Co-op is the opportunity to take what you're learning in the classroom and research labs and apply that to the real world through full-time paid internships. Thousands of students participate in co-op placements each year with companies such as Adidas, Electronic Arts, Microsoft, Disney, and Lululemon, just to name a few. And in fact, about 90% of UBC students who participate in the co-op program receive a job offer within 1 month of graduation. In terms of academics, UBC offers over 260 undergraduate majors. We offer degrees in fields such as the liberal arts, business, and STEM. We also have some really unique and niche programs in applied biology, kinesiology, forestry, and more. So if you think that UBC is the right fit for you, you'll want to start your application soon, which can be found on our website, you.ubc.ca. First, you'll want to choose your program and your campus and check the admission requirements for that program. The deadline to apply is January 15th, and after that, you'll be able to upload your transcripts and other required documents. UBC admission is both comparative and competitive. Your UBC application will be evaluated on a combination of your academic performance and your personal profile. This personal profile is your chance to tell the university what you're most proud of and what's important to you and what you've learned from your experiences. A few of our programs may also require a portfolio or other supplemental application. UBC also wants to see that you have challenged yourself by taking a rigorous curriculum at your school. And that means honors, AP, IB, advanced, or even some college level classes. So thank you for learning a little bit more about UBC. Remember to bookmark our website, you.ubc.ca. There's a lot of great information that I covered today, as well as further details about requirements, tuition, and scholarships. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Our next presenter is from the University of Idaho, Eva.
Hi, everybody. So yeah, my name is Eva Hester, and I work at the University of Idaho. We are located in Moscow, which is in the northern part of the state. So we're actually right over the Washington border. We're in an area called the Palouse. So there's tons of outdoor opportunities for our students to participate in. Within the academics, we have over 100 majors for our students to choose from. So you definitely won't get bored on trying out different classes if you're undecided or heading straight into the major of your choice. So we have majors ranging all the way from business, communications, and education to more unique majors that will fall within our College of Agriculture, College of Natural Resources, and we also too have a College of Architecture, which is a little more unique. 66% of our undergraduates do participate in research, so you will get a lot of hands-on opportunities on campus, whether you're working in a lab or you're working on our farm or a fish hatchery. So there's definitely a lot of different research opportunities that our students get to participate in. Some of that also too will be under a professor. So this is one of our students working with one of our professors on campus. Our College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences is definitely one of our bigger ones on campus, bigger colleges, because it houses the most majors. And a lot of our programs too have master's degrees as well. And we also do have some dual degree programs where you can be starting your grad while you are still in undergrad. We definitely have a beautiful campus. So in Moscow, you will get all 4 seasons, but they're not going to be super drastic. So you won't get extreme highs or extreme lows. It'll be pretty moderate all year round. Our quad on campus was actually designed by the 2 brothers that designed Central Park in New York City. So it's absolutely stunning. It has a little bit of an East Coast vibe to it. And to that photo down on the bottom left, that is our library, where we do have a lot of spaces for students to collaborate together and work. Our campus is big on interdisciplinary studies. We have an entire building dedicated to that so that you get to work with students that are outside of your major and outside of your college. Because in the real world, you'll get to work with those students. And so we like to foster that at the collegiate level. One other little fun fact about campus is there is a pathway through the quad called the Hello Walk. And this is a pathway that traditionally one of our first presidents of the university back in the late 1800s, he would say hi to everybody that he walked past on this pathway. That tradition has stuck on that path. So it's called the Hello Walk for a reason. Traditionally, you'll say hi to everyone that walks past you, but that tradition has definitely bled into other parts of campus. Campus is really friendly. So every day you'll see a new face and a familiar face when walking to campus, but it's nice to just say hi to everyone. And that goes into the town of Moscow as well. It truly is a college town. Every coffee shop you to, restaurant, bookstore, whatever it is, you're bound to run into professors, staff members, and definitely students. And so Moscow truly is Everywhere you go in Moscow, they're going to have vandal gear everywhere. You'll see in that bottom right photo is our homecoming parade. Main Street does shut down for our students every homecoming. We also have a farmer's market that happens on Main Street as well, where they'll shut down for that. So there really is a lot of vandal spirit in Moscow. For residence halls, the next two slides I'll kind of talk about together. So residence halls and Greek life. At U of I, you are required to live on campus freshman year. So you can live either in the residence halls, which is listed right here, and you can see a photo of that. And then the other option would be to live in Greek housing. So it is unique that you get to move into Greek housing your first semester freshman year. Our Greek row is on campus. It is not separate from campus. So that's something that's exciting. We have over 170 clubs and organizations. A lot of these will revolve around the outdoors, philanthropy or community service, the arts. There's really everything for students to be involved in outside of the academics. So you definitely will not get bored in our area. Rural does not mean desolate. Rural means that when you step off campus, you are in the great outdoors. And so, like I mentioned earlier, we do have all 4 seasons. And so the Palouse of Northern Idaho is definitely the best gateway to an epic 4-season adventure. So there are endless hiking, biking, sledding, kayaking, whatever it is that you want to do, we can offer that. We also have one of the largest outdoor rental centers on a college campus. And so you don't need to lug all your gear with you. You can actually rent that through our rental center. But when you do want to stay on campus and get your workout in, we have the tallest rock climbing wall on a college campus, as well as Zumba, Pilates, yoga, spin class. You can play on our intramural or club sport. So there's a lot of other ways to stay active on campus as well. And you can also cheer on our D1 athletics. We are the only school in the nation that has have silver and gold as our official colors, and we're the only school that have the Vandals as a mascot. So Joe Vandals in that bottom left photo. These are just some of the places that our students will intern at or get jobs post-grad. And so there's a lot of different opportunities for our students. Like I mentioned earlier, rural does not mean desolate. There are plenty of companies within a short drive outside of Moscow. And then a lot of companies that like to hire our students even within Moscow for internship opportunities. We are a WUI university, so if you fall within one of the WUI eligible states, you will automatically receive it upon acceptance. So WUI is the Western Undergraduate Exchange. We do not require a specific GPA. We allow it for all majors, and so there's no requirement besides getting accepted. We are also test optional for spring and fall of 2021. I definitely recommend that you scan that QR code on the left as well. And then lastly, invitation to Idaho is the same cost as WUI. So these are for students that are not in a WUI state and have a 3.0 GPA or above. So thanks for learning more about Idaho, and feel free to reach out to me with any further questions.
Thanks so much, Eva. Our next presenter is from Linfield University, Tiffany.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tiffany Anderson, and I'm with Linfield University here in beautiful McMinnville, Oregon. Thanks for joining today, and I'm hopefully going to be able to share just a little bit about Linfield to see if that's something you're interested in. We've seen international, a little bit bigger, and now we're getting a little cozier. So Linfield University's main campus is located here in McMinnville, Oregon. We're about 45 minutes from Portland, 45 minutes from Salem, and we're about 45 minutes to 50 minutes away from the Oregon coast. So we're in a nice little cozy spot in Oregon wine country. Our campus itself is located over almost 200 acres, so a lot for students to explore. That right there that you see on your screen is just actually a little over half of our campus, so there's a lot more to explore here in McMinnville. Our campus might be large, but our student body is actually quite cozy. We have about 1,400 students here on the McMinnville campus, with about 85% of our classes 22 or fewer, with an 11-to-1 student to professor ratio. While we do have a cozy campus, we do have a lot of variety in terms of the students here. We've got students represented from 19 states and 19 countries, though the majority of our students are coming from the western coast of the United States. We're really proud that 30% of our students were first generation in this incoming class. So we really do value diversity, and Linfield is actually ranked as one of the best ethnically diverse liberal arts colleges here in the Pacific Northwest. Linfield's home here to both the College of Arts and Sciences as well as the School of Business here on the McMinnville campus. We have over 40 majors in both of our College of Arts and Sciences and School of Business that you can see there. The beauty of Linfield is that we really value students in exploring, so you don't actually have to come in to Linfield declaring your major. We are, sorry, I kind of glanced over this, a private liberal arts institution. So students have until the end of their sophomore year to declare that major. And there is a lot of support for all of our students to help decide what it is they really want to do by the end of sophomore year. We do have two campuses. The Portland campus is home to our School of Nursing, and our School of Nursing actually moved to a new campus up in Northeast Portland. And it's over 20 acres, a lot of room for our students in the nursing campus to spread out. We have about 350 students in the campus up in Portland. Linfield's really unique in the sense that we have one of the oldest nursing programs here in the Pacific Northwest. Our nursing program is quite unique in the fact that it's a non-competitive entry into our nursing program. So students initially start off on our campus here in McMinnville, complete the prerequisites, and if they complete the prerequisites to satisfaction, it's a non-competitive transition with their nursing cohort up to Portland, where they do focus on clinicals, and we do have over 100 partners that we partner with for our students to gain that experience. Because we are a liberal arts institution, we do believe in making sure our students have a lot of depth and breadth to your education. So the Linfield curriculum, what that really is our definition of what a general education would be. So students actually have options to choose within these umbrellas of themes, specific classes that they want to choose. So you don't necessarily have to be pigeonholed or forced to take one specific class. We really do value variety and making sure that it lines up with what a student is interested in. In addition to our courses, we really want our students getting out and about. So research is something that's widely available to every single student here on our campus. We have students doing research projects in political science, and environmental science, and everything in between. So we really want our students getting that experience while they're here in their undergraduate years to become more competitive once they go out. In addition to in-classroom experiences, we also want our students to experience the world. Linfield's really great, where over 40% of our student body actually travels abroad. And one big draw for that is we actually pay for the first round trip airfare for any student to study abroad, wherever it is you choose to go. You can study abroad multiple times during your time here at Linfield, but that first round trip airfare will get you there and back home again. So campus experiences are really big. The city of McMinnville is about a city of 35,000. So it is kind of in a rural area, but we want to make sure students are having a lot to do here on our campus within the community. So our ASLU, as well as our Wildcat Events Board, they're really working hard to make sure this is home for you. So whether that's the organizations we have or events, paintball, laser tag, karaoke, movie nights, whatever that is, we want to make sure students are getting out and about and really getting to know their classmates and peers and friends. A big reason why we want students to feel at home and have a lot of experiences while they're here with us at Linfield is because we're a primarily residential campus. More than 75% of our students actually live here on our McMinnville campus. We do have a 3-year living requirement. We have a lot of different residence halls and options to choose from. One that's pretty popular is our pet friendly. So if you can't leave home without, Pet Fluffy, you can definitely bring them with you to campus in our pet friendly. But we have a lot of different options for our students here in McMinnville to choose from. Once a student transitions after freshman and sophomore year in our dorms and our residence halls, they will transition to apartment living. So from there, it's really just like living in a regular apartment that you have off campus. So with our campus community being so residential, we do want that home away from home experience. Linfield is NCAA Division III, so the great balance of student and athlete. If you are a student athlete currently right now, I'm sure you've been playing that sport since you were a little tyke and want to keep on doing it when you go off to college. So we have that nice little balance of making sure that you can pursue that passion of yours, as well as, excelling in your academics. Professors and athletic coaches understand both, and they really work with the student as well as, just our overall campus community to ensure that students are able to have that happy balance. So with all these experiences, study abroad and internships and all that, we want to really make sure students are succeeding. One big thing for us is making sure students can really get that education and get on the road. Over 88% of our students, first-year students, finish in 8 semesters or fewer. So that's really great. That usually typically shakes out to 4 years or so. So we want to make sure you're getting that investment, that education that you want, and then also going out and thriving in whatever job you wish. So just to kind of wrap up then, this is our application checklist. We're on the common application. We are test blind this year. And those are our deadlines. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Our next presenter is Kelly from Oregon State University.
Hello, everybody. One moment while I get this presentation up and going. All right, hello. My name is Kelly Pieski, and I am the Assistant Director of Non-Resident Recruitment for Oregon State University. I'm here to tell you a little bit about Beaver Nation. For those of you unfamiliar with the state of Oregon or where OSU is located at, we are in the town of Corvallis, Oregon. You can see on the map right in front of you, it is indicated by the larger of the 3 dots. We're about 90 miles south of Portland and about an hour away from both the coast as well as the Cascade Mountain Range. So it's a really great location in terms that it has close proximity to some of the larger cities, as well as just being in the central valley. Corvallis is literally translated to heart of the valley from Latin, so it's really in the heart of the valley. You have great access to everything that the beautiful Pacific Northwest has to offer. Corvallis itself is, Corvallis itself is consistently ranked as being one of the top college towns in the nation, as well as being one of the safest, smartest, and greenest small cities as well. So it's just a phenomenal place to live and learn for those 4 years that you're in college. It is a quintessential college town. It's a small town, about 55,000 year-round residents live in Corvallis, and then OSU has a total student population of about 32,000, with about 24,000 of those folks being undergraduate students. On campus, we have a ton of different types of activities for students to participate in. We have over 400 clubs and student organizations, anything from academic-based clubs like our Pre-Vet Society to just kind of fun recreational clubs like the Hammocking Club. I always recommend students get involved in at least one academic club, one recreational club, and then anything else that you would like to do, because that just kind of gives you a sense of community and helps you get involved in just things outside of the classroom. We have a lot of different traditions that happen throughout the year. The biggest one is the Dam Jam. That happens in Reeser Stadium, which is our football stadium, every spring term. It's kind of a commencement of the academic year. It's a big music festival. Past acts have been Jesse McCartney and Akon and Macklemore, just to name a few. But it's super fun way for students to celebrate that end of the year experience. In terms of athletics, we have 16 different Division I sports. We participate in the Pac-12 conference. Being part of the small college town and then participating in this large Pac-12 conference, it just adds a certain kind of energy to the air. Game days on campus are an absolute blast. Everybody is decked out in their orange and black. Everybody's attending the games. Students, you get your home game tickets for free. So again, that's something I definitely recommend students participate in. And then if you are interested in still engaging in sports and being active, but maybe not quite at that D1 level, then you can do so with our over 40 club and intramural sports. Now, in terms of academics, we offer over 200 undergraduate majors throughout 11 colleges. I don't have the time to go through all of our programs here, but if you scan that QR code in the top right screen, that will take you to a page that will allow you to explore all of our different majors in more detail. But we have over 200 programs. We pretty much have anything that you can possibly want to major in. Most notably, we are known for programs in the STEM fields, agricultural sciences, engineering, environmental sciences, earth sciences, marine sciences, forestry, health sciences, just to name a few. But we also have a great College of Business and College of Liberal Arts as well. So if you're interested in humanities type of majors too, that is definitely available. None of our programs are impacted. All of our programs are direct entry. So as long as you're getting into Oregon State, you do get directly into that major of your choice. In addition to that, we do have a degree granting honors college. So if you are interested in participating in the honors college experience, getting an honors baccalaureate degree, then you are welcome to apply to that. We're a top research institution. We are one of only 2 universities in the entire nation to hold all 4 federally funded grants. So we are a land, sun, sea, and space grant institution. Why that's important and why it should matter to you is it means that we are getting funding from all avenues to help support research in all academic interests. Research is not just lab coats and goggles. We have research opportunities throughout all of our different programs. So no matter which major you end up pursuing, you will have that chance to get that hands-on experience through OSU. In terms of admissions and scholarship consideration, we do use a holistic review of your admissions application. So everything is in detail on here. I'll just run through the basics really quickly. We're going to be considering your academic history, most notably your cumulative GPA, as well as we're going to want to see a C- or higher in your college prep courses. We do ask that you respond to one of the essay prompts on the Common App. We are test optional, so if you are not taking the SAT or ACT, that's not needed. We're not going to need that to review your application. Our early action deadline is November 1st, which is coming up like the Sunday. So if you're a senior tuning in, try to get that early action deadline. If not, our regular deadline is February 1st. We are a WUI school, so if you are if you're a student tuning in from one of these states that you see on the map in front of you, you will automatically be considered for WUI. However, WUI is the top award for our non-resident students, so it is not an automatic award. But again, as long as you are submitting your application on time, you'll automatically be considered for WUI consideration. If you don't receive WUI, we have additional admission-based scholarships that you can receive. We also have hundreds of other institutional, departmental, and private donor scholarships through our Scholar Dollars system. You do have to be an admitted student to apply for that. And then FAFSA forms are due February 28th. If you haven't had a chance to come up to campus, if you're interested in looking at one of our daily virtual tours, if you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, you can do so at Beaver VIP or scan that QR code, and that will take you to some other ways to stay connected with us. Okay, my information is on the screen. You can copy that, and I will sign off with saying go Beavs.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Our next presenter is Robert from Western Washington University.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Going to go ahead and get the presentation up here, and we're going to start. My name is Robert Stolzberg. I'm an admissions counselor at Western Washington University, and we have 6 minutes. Let's just go ahead and get into it. For those of you who don't know, Western is located in Bellingham, Washington, which you can see on the map here. Is that sort of orange, yellow, tangerine colored dot in the very northwest corner of Washington State. Bellingham is a city of about 83,000 people, and that is not counting the college students. So we are neither a teeny tiny college town nor a large metropolitan area. We're close to a couple of bigger cities. We're about an hour away from Vancouver, British Columbia, if you want to go up and visit our friends at UBC, and about an hour and a half away from Seattle. Bellingham is a great place to live, a lot of cool stuff to get up to around here. It is a huge outdoors destination if you're into that sort of thing. We're about an hour away from Mount Baker ski area. We are right on the water. If you're into sailing or canoeing or kayaking, we have world-class mountain biking, backpacking, and running trails here in town as well. Western itself is a medium-sized university of about 16,000 students. So we are like right at the top of what is considered medium-sized. We are almost a large university, but not quite. We're a very undergraduate-focused university. About 95% of our students are undergrads, who are students who are getting that first four-year college degree, that bachelor's degree, which is what you all are going to be doing if you start college at a four-year university after high school. Our average class size is about 27 students. We have an 18-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. And one of the most important things about Western is that we are designated as what's known as a teaching first university. So while all of our professors engage in research, and undergraduate research is actually a really big part of the focus of the academic experience at Western, our professors' top priority is to teaching their classes. 99% of our classes are taught by professors rather than graduate student teaching assistants. Professors come into Western knowing that being there as a resource for their students and being able to teach their classes is the top priority for what they're doing at the university. I'm talking a little bit more about academics. We have 175 different majors, so certainly won't go into any of them in great detail in the amount of time that we have here. I would say our most popular majors are marine biology, education, psychology, and environmental sciences, though we certainly have outstanding programs outside of those. Education in particular is a program that we are really well known for, both within and outside of the state of Washington. About 20% of all teachers in Washington state are graduates of Western Washington University. We also have a really unique program called the Fairhaven College of Interdisciplinary Studies, which is a program where you can design your own major by selecting classes from the majors that are available on campus and building your own degree program if what you want to study as an undergrad isn't necessarily represented there at Western. We had a student a couple years ago who did this. She wanted to go to college to study museum curation, which is not an undergraduate degree at most universities, but she was able to take history classes, anthropology classes, archaeology classes, and then also business and economics classes to be prepared on the actually running a museum side of things. She graduated in 4 years with her own self-design degree in museum curation and now works as a, you guessed it, museum curator. Moving outside of the classroom briefly, we have over 250 different student-run clubs. The social scene at Western looks a little bit different than a lot of the schools that you've probably been visiting with here today and this week, in that we don't have a Greek system. There are not any fraternities or sororities at Western. And so being involved in student clubs is a really big deal. It kind of takes the place of the Greek system in terms of where do students build community, where do you find like-minded students, folks who are interested in the same stuff that you are. All first-year students are guaranteed a spot in on-campus housing. However, we do not require students to live on campus. About 95% of first-year students do choose to live on campus. We definitely recommend it. But if you have a better setup, if you have people you want to live with off campus or family in the area, we do not require you to live on campus. One other really cool resource that we have on campus is a great outdoor center to help get involved in the outdoor activities that are available at Western. We're not on the Common App. We're not on the Coalition application. We have our own online application. I'm going to go through these materials pretty quickly here. We require your transcripts, your senior schedule. If you are a senior this year, we do not require SAT or ACT scores. If you're a class of 2022 or younger, we do anticipate returning to them, though obviously we don't know where things are going with the pandemic and when those tests will be readily available. But if you're a senior, you're not going to have to take those. We also require an activities list and an essay in terms of the non-academic things. I'm one of the people who reviews applications and who reviews essays for admission and scholarship purposes. I'll give you my contact information at the end if you want to chat more about the application process, in particular what we're looking for in an essay. Finally, getting to the paying for college portion of this presentation, whether you're a resident of Washington or an out-of-state student is going to impact what your tuition looks like. We are part of the WUI, the Western Undergraduate Exchange. It's our biggest scholarship at Western. It's available to students of any major. You just have to apply to Western by our January 31st application deadline to be eligible for the WUI. It's $14,000 a year for 4 years. If you don't get the WUI, we have 2 other big out-of-state student scholarships. These are available to students from any state that's not Washington, not just WUI states. The Western Award for Excellence, which is $8,000 a year for 4 years, and the Western Achievement Award, which is $6,000 a year for 4 years. We also have non-academic scholarships, both for in and out-of-state students, based on the information that you provide in your essay and your activities list. We also have academic scholarships available for in-state students as well that are not listed out here. So most important thing that I want to leave you all with at this point in your college search process is to be in touch with the schools you're interested in, whether it's myself here at Western or the other schools that are visiting here today. My contact information is up here. I'm real quick to reply on email and always happy to set up a video chat or anything along those lines. So thank you so much for being here. And if you'd like to learn more about Western, I hope to hear from you.
Thanks a lot, Robert. And our last but certainly not least presenter is Carrie from Gonzaga University.
Carrie, you're muted.
That's really strange. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm Carrie Weeks. I'm Associate Director of Admission here at Gonzaga. Thanks so much for being here and listening to all of us about our universities. Gonzaga is a private liberal arts Catholic university with a Jesuit tradition, and Jesuit education is world renowned for providing a holistic development of mind, body, and spirit. And at Gonzaga, that's what we focus on, cura personalis. It's the Latin term for the care for the whole person. And at Gonzaga, we're a top 21% nationally ranked university that educates students from many different faiths and backgrounds for lives of leadership and service for the common good. We are located just across the river from downtown Spokane. You can see our campus right here and the Spokane River in downtown Spokane. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk on the Centennial Trail. The city is about 225,000 within the city limits, and then over 770,000 in the metro area. It's a great combination of urban and outdoor amenities. So we have excellent internships for students, as well as restaurants and shopping. And then we also have easy access to hiking and rock climbing, 5 ski areas within a 90-mile radius of campus. Our outdoors club takes students on skiing trips and many other outdoors adventures. We even have a ski and a bike shop on campus, and they rent out equipment to students too. Students also have free access to the city bus system using their GUID. And Gonzaga is a medium-sized university with just over 5,300 undergraduate students, and they hail from almost all 50 states, as well as about 40 different countries. About half of our population is Catholic, the other half are mostly other Christian denominations, and some are other religions as well. So we have students from a variety of different religious backgrounds, as well as no particular religious background. And we support students in all of their faith backgrounds. We do offer over 75 different majors and programs in 5 colleges. We have the College of Arts and Sciences. Some of our most popular majors here are biology, psychology, communication arts, preparing to apply to medical school, where we have a relationship with the University of Washington, where we have a regional health partnership, and Gonzaga delivers the coursework. University of Washington manages the clinical placements. We also prepare students for law school. We do have our own law school as well. And then we also have schools in the School of Business Administration, School of Education, School of Engineering and Applied Science, and a School of Nursing and Human Physiology. 56% of our students study abroad, so including places like our second campus of Florence, Italy, and then over 30 different other countries as well. There's a real emphasis on interdisciplinary and hands-on learning and experiences such as internships and retreats and field work. And we have an average class size of 22, a student to faculty ratio of 11:1, and faculty teaching the courses and labs. So we're really able to offer personal attention and advising. And in fact, we're ranked in the top 5% nationally for best undergraduate teaching. We also have happy students, with 94% of them continuing after their first year, and successful graduates, with the class of 2019 saying that 94% of them are also working in grad school or doing full-time service work just 6 months after graduation. Our 83% of our students are coming from over 200 miles away. So Gonzaga offers great academic challenges, but also with a lot of support behind that. We have over 100 different clubs, or 130 rather, different clubs and organizations. We have strong residence halls. That's where our first and second year students live. We have speakers and dances and cultural festivals, service and advocacy opportunities, very active Division I athletics, as well as intramurals and club sports, and many retreats and spiritual opportunities. And then we provide excellent resources for students through many other offices, such as our Center for Student Academic Success, our Unity Multicultural Education Center, and our Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center, which are really there to make sure whoever you are and however you identify, that you feel supported and you feel celebrated on our campus. We want to make sure that our students feel like Gonzaga is a home away from home for them. And we do that through many of these different resources and through the community that's on our campus. For our applications, we use the Common Application for Admission, and we use that to determine merit scholarships too. Both are due December 1st. We just have that one deadline. Students who are interested in nursing and engineering do need to list that on the application to be admitted into that major. And we are test optional for admission to all majors, to the honors program, scholarships, all of our direct entry programs, as well for the class of 2021. Our middle 50% of students that were admitted were between a 3.53 and a 3.9 for a GPA. And that's an unweighted GPA, but we do consider difficulty of curriculum and other holistic factors such as writing, extracurricular activities, and character. December 1st is also our priority award deadline for the FAFSA and accessing any federal or state or need-based aid. And if a student is unable to file a FAFSA, they can file a needs analysis form with our financial aid office to access Gonzaga aid. 99% of our students, our first-year students, receive a merit scholarship, and we also offer many other separate application scholarships, such as the honors program and other things like that. We also have Gonzaga grants and scholarships that are guaranteed for all 4 years, as long as the student is a full-time student and in good academic standing. So I hope that this has helped give you a taste of the Gonzaga experience, and I encourage you to attend some of our virtual programming. You can see a link to that on our screen right there, and you're welcome to contact me with questions that you might have at any time, and go Zags.
Thank you so much, Carrie. So we have just a couple of minutes left. If you have any questions, any additional questions for any of our presenters, you can go ahead and ask them now. But also, since there aren't any questions coming in right now, if everybody could turn their cameras back on, and maybe each representative could just tell us their favorite thing about their university, whether it's a fun campus tradition, a unique program, something special about your campus, really whatever it is that maybe sets you a little bit apart from similar places. Let's go in the same order. We'll start with Rachel.
On both of our campuses, typically in March, we have an intramural program called Storm the Wall, where students will do a relay, and then they have to get over a 12-foot wall, either by themselves or with their team. And it's kind of symbolic, but it's also a lot of fun. The whole campus comes out to cheer you on.
Cool, sounds fun. Eva?
Yeah, I would definitely say that it is how helpful everyone on campus is, whether it's students, staff, or faculty. I found that myself as a graduate student, that I'm never left hanging when I'm asking someone a question, which I do think is unique. I never had an experience at a state school personally because I didn't go to one. And so I always had this viewpoint, oh, you can never get a hold of anyone. So I found it really awesome, super helpful that everyone is really willing to help out our students.
Awesome. Thanks. Tiffany?
Well, I'm originally from Southern California, so the campus here in McMinnville is really beautiful. We have, I think, over close to 90 varietals of trees on our campus. Another one of my favorite things, though, are the little spaces we have for our students. My new favorite thing is our campus thrift shop. So the students have organized this thrift shop where they have kind of decorated it and made it their own, and they've brought in like clothes, things that students have left behind throughout the years, and kind of revamped it because they're focusing on no waste and just helping each other out in the community.
Great, thank you. For Oregon State, Kelly.
Yeah, like Tiffany, I'm from California. I'm actually still regionally based in Northern California. So the first time I actually ever went to Corvallis was when I went for my interview for this job. And I just fell in love with the community. If I would have known about Oregon State when I was going through the whole college process, I would have totally looked for a place like Oregon State. It's just like the quintessential college town. Like you think of any kind of just, random movie about college towns, like Corvallis is it. It has the brick buildings, it has the trees, it's the small little quaint atmosphere, and it's this large university kind of powering everything in and around the community. So just a really cool little place to be, and that is by far my favorite part of the community at large.
Cool, thanks. Robert from Western Washington.
I say one of my favorite things about Western is it's not an exclusively Western event, though a lot of members of the Western community are involved in it. But every spring there's an event in Bellingham called the Ski to Sea Relay. That's sort of a celebration of the access to diverse outdoor recreation opportunities that are available in our area. It's a 7-leg relay race that starts at Mount Baker and has a cross-country ski leg, downhill ski leg, running leg, mountain biking, road biking, canoeing, and kayaking. And it ends up in Fairhaven, which is one of the parts of the Old Town in Bellingham. And it's great because it's both, a celebration of all the outdoor opportunity that we have in Bellingham. And then at the finish line, there's a big street fair, not this year, obviously, but hopefully starting back up again next year. I think that's a really unique event in Bellingham and something that a lot of Western folks like to be involved with.
Thanks, Robert. And Carrie, last word, what's your favorite thing about Gonzaga?
Yeah, well, one of the major traditions on our campus is tenting before some of the biggest basketball games. So our students will they'll send out a tweet actually from the Kennel Club at a certain time of day, and you can just watch this whole group of students run across campus to go to this one spot where they're handing out the numbers for the tents, and then everybody gets their number, and then they start setting up the tents, and they get all of the equipment from the Gonzaga Outdoors Club. They can just borrow it from them to set up those tents, and then they stay in the tents, like 8 students or so per tent, and they stay in the tents for a couple of nights before the big basketball games. And there are kind of some rules, like everybody has to go to class, but you always have to have somebody in the tent. So that works out really well with schedules and stuff. But it's very, very fun. And then those students who have the lower number on the tents, they get to be closer to the floor for the basketball, which is just really, really, really fun for them. So that's a big fun tradition on our campus.
Sounds fun. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our presenters. And thank you to all of the students and parents for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We really appreciate all the feedback you can provide. And also there are more sessions being offered, like I mentioned before, so sign up, check out some other university presentations after this. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as recordings of all of the presentations online. So thanks again for joining us. Thank you so much to all of the university representatives, our panelists. We really appreciate having you, and everybody have a good evening.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks for having us.